Welcome back, everybody. You see it. That's the ban list that came out today. Yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about with this one. Probably won't be a very long video, though. So, wilderness reclamation is banned. Ouch. I watched some other YouTubers talking about this, and yeah, I agree. If wilderness reclamation had been legendary, probably wouldn't have been quite as bad. Still pretty rough because with wilderness reclamation and growth spiral and all the other ramp going on in standard right now, it's a little too easy for people to get the new Ugin out, which the new Ugin is basically, it wins the game. If somebody pulls a Ugin out on me, I've tried. I cannot win once Ugin comes out. So unless I have a way of getting rid of Ugin, yeah, it's pretty much over. So, and I'm sure they don't want to ban a card that hasn't even really been out for more than a few weeks. So, yeah, or what, a month? Yeah, it hasn't even been a month, I don't think. So, yeah, they don't want to ban Ugin yet, even though he's way too powerful for this standard. So, they got rid of Wilderness Rec, which is probably a good thing because, I mean, you look at like the last big tournament, I mean, 7 out of the 8 decks in the top 8 were Wilderness Rec, and then the other one was Red Deck Wins. So, yeah, I can totally understand why they got rid of it. It is a little too powerful, and that, what is it, the explosion card there? I mean, yeah, they're hitting you for a lot with that thing pretty quick, pretty easy, pretty early on. And of course, Teferi the Time Raveler, it was going to cycle out soon anyway, but you'll notice that they also suspended him in Historic and banned him in Brawl. So odds are he's going to be banned in Historic. Whenever they suspend cards, it's just to see if it really does improve the gameplay, and once they see that it does, they're going to just ban it altogether. So I'm sure Historic, Wilderness Rec, and Teferi are going to stay banned, or stay suspended until they ban them. So I don't play Pioneer much, so I'm not really sure about those cards and how powerful they were. I know Walking Ballista with Heliod obviously is pretty bad. I love infinite combos, so my version of bad is not bad. I thought it was a pretty cool combo, but I don't know how effective it is. But with Heliod being a 3-drop and Walking Ballista being possibly like a 2-drop, then yeah. Probably pretty bad. Probably pretty rough on the opponent. So, yeah, an easy infinite combo like that, obviously, you knew it was going to get banned once Heliod came out. So, Underworld Breach, apparently somebody broke it. I just pulled that in a pack in the last battle, and I was like, oh no, once somebody breaks this, I'm sure it's gonna get a lot of attention. And apparently they broke it in Pioneer, just not in Standard yet. So Underworld Breach is banned. Kethis the Hidden Hand is banned, and Inverter of Truth is banned in Pioneer. But mainly we're worried about Standard here because everybody like me is on Arena way more than we want to be right now. I personally don't really enjoy playing Arena too much. I would much rather play Paper Magic. It's nice to not have to shuffle and stuff, but I like being able to look across the table from my opponent and actually see if they're thinking, if they're playing, or if they're just like taking a bathroom break in the middle of the game and wasting my time. Oh, I hate that. Anyways, so the other big one was Cauldron Familiar, which destroyed all the red-black sack decks or mono-black sack decks. Yeah, the sacrifice decks just took a huge beating with them banning Cauldron Familiar. The Witch Oven deck, obviously, it's gone. Yeah, it's out of there. Which I have a couple, so that's kind of disappointing because they were fun to play, but I don't play them a lot because I know it irritates my opponent because it takes so long to do it. In person, it doesn't take as long to do the turns, because you can just, I'm going to sack him 2 times, so take 2 damage, I'll gain 2 life. Okay, it's not a big deal. But on Arena, you've got to wait for Arena to react to every single thing you do, and you got to wait for Arena to reset before you can recast it, so it takes forever. So I don't like playing it too often just because I know it was annoying to the opponent, because, when I play the Cat Oven decks, it's kind of annoying to me to sit there and wait for 10 minutes for the opponent's turn, So I can understand that one. Plus, even though the Cat Oven decks weren't terribly overpowered, and they weren't in the top decks in any of the tournaments or anything like that, it's just because it is kind of a long process on Arena to do that. In person, not long at all. So I wish they would actually have a separate ban list for Arena and for Paper Magic. on Standard. But, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I guess they haven't really decided to be that ambitious yet and do that. I wish they would. Because, yeah, there's cards like that are banned on Arena because it, really slows down the gameplay, but in person it doesn't, in person, I don't think the red black sack deck is really all that powerful, and it doesn't take that long to play. It's just the Arena because we gotta wait for Arena. So, anyways, that's my opinion on that one. Historic just builds or just banned Wilderness Reclamation and Teperi Time Raveler or suspended them, and then Brawl banned Teperi as well. Yeah, Teperi's he's really annoying. He's not. It's not that he's that super powerful. It's just it's blue control at its worst. I mean, all he does is make you bounce your biggest threat, so you have to recast it the next turn, and then gives your opponent a card draw after that. So it's just he's not all that powerful. He's just really annoying, and so many people are using him because he buys you time with being able to bounce somebody's biggest threat. So, especially if that threat was a token, which really sucks because then you lose it completely. So, but, Ugin is definitely the most powerful thing in Standard right now, and in my personal opinion. You guys can let me know if you disagree, but now that Wilderness Wreck and Growth Spiral are banned, there's a good chance that Ugin will not be as powerful because you'll have more opportunity to actually beat them before Ugin hits the board. Right now, Ugin's hitting the board with Growth Spiral and all the ramp that we've got. I've seen Ugin hit the board on turn 4 or 5. That's too quick, man. Especially with Azusa and what Nissa, and yeah, I mean it's just he's been hitting the board way too quick, and when he's out and Nissa's out, I mean you're getting swarmed with creatures on their end, and they're board wiping everything before that, so you didn't have anything out there but maybe one threat anyway, and then Ugin destroys any threats you had. And then any threat you put out, Ugin destroys. If Ugin's starting loyalty was like, 4, I don't think Ugin would be a problem at all. But with his starting loyalty being 7, he can board wipe for 6. I mean, that's just, you got no chance, especially with all the ramp. You can get Ugin out on turn 4 or 5. You probably don't even have 6 drops out. He's going to wipe you for a couple turns before he even sees a problem. So... and then his plus, does 3 damage to any target. So, yeah, Ugin's a little too powerful. So, slowing him down from getting out is probably why Wilderness Wreck and Growth Spiral were banned. So, I think they're more victims of their own success, when it comes to that. Growth Spiral, I think, is a great card, but, there's just so much ramp and that one's probably the strongest of the ramp because it lets you draw a card and put an extra land into play on that turn for only 2 mana. So, and there's so many people running multicolor now that it's not that hard to put Growth Spiral in pretty much every deck. So, anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on the band announcement today. But here's the whole list. I've had it up on the screen the whole time so you guys can see it. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think of them and what you think. If something else you think should have been banned, or if you think some of these shouldn't have been banned. Like I said, I think Cauldron Familiar banned on Arena makes sense, but I don't think it should have been banned in Standard as a whole because he wasn't going to rotate out. The other 3 were all going to rotate out anyways. I think, except maybe Growth Spiral. I don't know. I forget what set that was in. But Cauldron Familiar wasn't going to cycle out, and he's just not that powerful. He's just, on Arena, it's annoying. So I really don't think they should have banned it in Standard as a whole. Just they should have banned it on Arena. But they're going to have to really think about that, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I think there should be a separate Standard ban list for Arena and a separate one for Paper Magic, Friday Night Magics and stuff like that. Because Cauldron Familiar really shouldn't be banned in anything except Arena. And just because it slows down the gameplay, it just takes forever because Arena is so slow. And Arena takes so long to react to things. And Arena lately has been locking up regardless. And God, I don't know about you guys, but am I the only one getting the worst possible hands? And I either get landed out, I'll get 10 lands in a row, or I'll get no lands for like 20 turns in a row. It's ridiculous. Their randomization on Arena has been a mess ever since Ikoria came out. When they screwed up, the Arena coding for the new mechanics. It seems like the draws have been terrible. I get all kinds of no land or one land hands now, and I get, like I said, I get landed out for 10 turns in a row, or I get no lands for 10 or 15 turns or 20 turns in a row. So yeah, that's been happening to me a lot. What about you guys? Let me know in the comments. I'm interested to hear your experiences, if you're experiencing the same thing or not. But anyways, so also let me know what you think about these banner restricted lists, and I'll go into more depth about the new sets coming out and stuff, and I'll do a sorting video probably the next night or two to kind of talk about all the new sets. VIP Masters, man, I spent over $700 getting 2 cases of that pre-ordered, and now that I see Rudy opening his early, I'm pretty scared. I think I'm going to lose a lot of my money. I think I made a terrible decision with it. We'll see what happens. I'll open them all on the channel, but I think I might have gotten hosed pretty bad with that set. I think VIP Masters it's going to hurt a lot of people, including me. So I'll go into more depth than that in another video. Thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate you watching. There's probably some other suggestions for other videos. I'm zoomed in, so my fingers are huge. Giant finger man. Up in there. So check out some other videos. Leave me a like if you like the video, and of course sub. And I really appreciate you guys' time. You guys have a great night. Take care. Bye.